Hi guys, this time again a little different video. A couple of days ago I was watching on YouTube a video from bigclivedotcom where he was tearing down a defibrillator. Defibrillator, that's the correct word. And of course a very interesting design. I've seen a lot of these designs before, but for the first time I saw this kind of used charge capacitor. And with that I mean the capacitor that used to charge to a few kilovolts, 2 kilovolts, to zap your heart to stop. It was a 100 microfarad, I think, 2 kilovolt capacitor. Looked like the capacitor of a microwave oven, this aluminum can ones. Yeah. Anyway, it was interesting, and I thought, hey, perhaps somebody is interested to see some more of these scary, nasty capacitors, because I'm using similar ones for high voltage power supplies. So I thought I will show you a few ones. And this is the menu. Well, this battery is not a capacitor, it's just there to show you the size, for a size reference. The capacitors that I want to show you start from left to right, and this is the last one we will go through. This is a beast, yeah, and I will show you from where that comes and a little bit more history of that. I have much more of them, but these are size, capacity, balance, the ones that I have, the biggest ones, yeah, and are between 800 and 1.3 kilovolts. For example, this one is from Epcos. It's a 12 microfarads, 1300 volts. All of these capacitors that you will see today have at least 4 leads. That means they can put a lot of energy, that deliver a lot of energy when they are discharged. These are scary. This can at least zap you to oblivion if it will not kill you. Will not probably kill you with 12 microfarads, but it will hurt a lot. And believe me, I know what I'm speaking about. I've been zapped many times. The worst zap I had in my life was when I was 15 years old in Greece, in Thessaloniki. I was building AM and FM transmitters with tubes, middle to high power transmitters. And at this time, I was servicing, and I think it was an 800 watt AM transmitter with 2 813 tubes, army tubes in push-pull. Anode voltage was, I think, 2500 volts, many hundred milliamps. And I was using at that time a switch to turn on, off, and high voltage relay for the anode. I wanted to change one of the tubes, and as stupid at this age, I told you I was 14, 15, I was speaking with friends. I did that so many times that I didn't even thought about anything, yeah. Turned off the switch and didn't check just to be sure if the voltage is there or not. And the problem was that the relay didn't switch correctly. So I had the full voltage at the anode, and from my left hand was touching the aluminum chassis here, and with the other hand I was removing the anode connector. Guys, you cannot imagine how I got zapped. It threw me away, I think, a few meters on the wall. The whole chassis was from when I was holding it here a little bit on the chassis, and just for the from the thick anode leads was thrown almost to the ceiling, completely destroyed, of course. I couldn't breathe when that happened. After a few minutes, I got my breath again, and immediately I went to the next sweet shop. This is how they called in Greece, and drank 1 liter of milk to neutralize the poisons that have been released to my body from the electrolysis that happened at the time. It was a DC voltage that zapped me. To be honest, I was really lucky that I survived that. More than lucky. It was, yeah, young, stupid, and lucky. That was all. But to be honest, next time and next day, I started again. This time more careful. But okay, just a little history, a little story of my stupidness when I was young. Okay, this is one with 12 microfarads. Look, this is a 9-volt battery. Look how big this thing is. 1300 volts. I didn't use them many times because of the low capacitor, but this one, what you can see here now, it's a Vima, 22 microfarads, 900 volts. I use this as an output capacitor, 2 in parallel, for an 800 volt high voltage power supply. These are extremely good for output capacitors for switch mode power supplies because they are extremely low ESR. No comparison to any electrolytic capacitor. This thing is a really low ESR. We will check them later. Now we are starting to have the bigger ones that will not only zap you, but they can be lethal. 30 microfarads, 900 volts, yeah. Look, size, V-shape. Didn't use that till now. But this one, this is dangerous. 40 microfarads. This is where it gets nasty, scary. Look. 40 microfarads, 900 volts. We'll show you something, because from these ones I have a whole box. This is how the box looks. It's difficult. You see, that's an original one. Date code, everything. I got that quite cheap on eBay quite some time ago, and I thought I have to use, I need it. Here you see it again, the information. Here you see it, Vichy, the part number itself, part 40 microfarads, 5%, 900 volts DC. Scary capacitor, guys. Scary capacitors, like that. Big ones. I bought these ones because I wanted to do to play with a spark cap Tesla coil. Never did it, so I used them for high voltage power supplies. Very nice. Nasty. Please be careful with these things. I'm not telling that it will send you to the next world, but it will zap you to oblivion. Believe me what I'm saying. These 4 leads are there for a reason. They deliver a lot of current when they're discharged. And now The biggest capacitor that I have that is PCB mountable is this big Bertha. Look at that. Guys, look at that. Wow. This thing is lethal. 100%. 200 microfarads at 1 kilovolt. Look how many leads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 12 leads. You can imagine what kind of current this can produce or this can deliver when discharged. This is very, very... Yeah, well, keep your hands away if this thing is in charge. Yeah? Look, this is really, really big. I want to show you these things. I don't know if you have seen these before. I'm showing you only PCB mountable capacitors, high voltage, high capacity capacitors. Yeah? By the way, now it's the time to tell you or to ask you if you like what you see, if you like this big Bertha here. Just smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, smash the ring button, ring the bell, so you can be notified when I have new videos. You helping me with that. You helping my channel with that to grow, and for me to show you more of this cute stuff. Look the difference. Iskra. Well, I know Iskra from Iskratel. Iskra was a former Yugoslavian company. Okay, I will go a little bit more further back about the history, that at least how I know it. Yugoslavia, former Yugoslavia, had quite a good electronics industry, same like former Czechoslovakia. And again, when I was in Greece in the 80s, 70s, 80s, I was using tubes, 6146, 807s, EL 504, etc., from a company called EI, Eton, Idaho, Eton, Idaho, EI, Yugoslavia. There was a lot of this thing, ECC 83, etc. The first time that I saw this kind of company, EI, was 1974. 1974 is when the invasion was in Cyprus, and at that time, my parents and I, guys, I was 9 years old, yeah, have planned a trip to Vienna, Austria, to visit my cousins and my uncles. We drove with a car, and of course you drive through, at that time, through Yugoslavia, and then you come to Austria, former Yugoslavia. I think in Zagreb or something, and we had a problem with the car, and we had to stay overnight in a hotel, so that this thing get fixed in the night, during the night. And in that hotel, I saw the first time in my life a color TV. It was a huge beast. It was getting hot from all sides. It was a Yugoslavian made, yeah. And from the back, you could see the tubes that were used inside. I've seen at that time many PL 504 for black and white TVs. But for this time, I saw, first time, a PL 519. That was a horizontal switcher, let's say so. for a color TV. This thing was really getting, the anode was getting hot, red hot. Okay, it's better like that. First time, and it was saying EI, Electronic Industrial. I don't know what the name is, but from that time I remember Yugoslavia as an electronic country that makes a lot of electronics. But okay, let's come a little bit more further to the presence. All of these companies, from what I know, were subsidiaries of Iskra. Another one that I know is Iskratel. That's a telecom company that still exists. I think now they called it different. Somebody bought them, I don't know. But anyway, I was using from them the modems, the fiber optic modems, and set-top boxes 10 years ago. So is this one of these companies that are daughter companies of Iskra, is still this one that says Iskra that makes these components. So it is still a lot of electronics in Yugoslavia. And it seems that they are used all over Europe, because you know from where this beast came. This beast came from a PCB that I bought on eBay that was used on a wind turbine. 3 or 4 of these PCBs that I will show you were used in wind turbines and were sold on eBay, and I thought I had to have this capacitor. So guys, that's the PCB. Heavy. It consists of 5 of these capacitors. It's very, very difficult to show you because it's a big PCB. Ugh. You see the leads that they were connected. I think it's 6 or 10 square millimeters. Very, very thick. On the bottom is nothing. This is, I don't know how many layers, multi-layer. It was awful difficult to remove this capacitor from this PCB. I used even a blowtorch to get it out. Some more information here. I don't know if some tells something to anybody. But this is from where it comes from. To be careful not to kill myself. Big, heavy beast. Where I get this one. Look at that. Imagine the power that is produced from such a turbine. This is why they burn so nice if something happens. And again, 9-volt battery compared to the beast. 200 microfarads at 1 kilovolt. That's a deadly capacitor. I ensure you that. Again, look how many connections here. That means a lot of currents. When this thing discharges, this can deliver a lot of load. Okay guys, this is what I wanted to show you with a little bit of some stories from my past. Subscribe to my channel, please, to help me continue showing you similar things. And I have a lot of curiosity stuff. Yeah, believe me, I'm interested in these things. I don't like boring standard stuff. About the ESR, if it is of interest, let me know. I will make a second video because this already gets too long to show you the different ESRs for at least of these capacitors that you see here. That was it. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Cheers.